What's going on, motherfuckers? Let's check this out. People seem to create these straw man arguments that where they, the actual straw man argument is this, according to Wikipedia. A, a straw man fallacy is the informal fallacy of refuting an argument different from the one actually under discussion, while not recognizing or acknowledging the distinction. One who emerges in this fallacy is said to be attacking a straw man. The typical straw man argument creates the illusion of having refuted or defeated an opponent's proposition through the covert replacement of it with a different proposition, i.e., stand up straw man, and the subsequent refutation of the false argument, knock down a straw man, instead of the opponent's proposition. So basically, when one presents a certain argument, then one that wants to defeat that argument creates a false argument that isn't the actual argument that the original person propositioned or put forward. So when somebody does that, what they, for example, like, uh, oh, Barbara, hey, what's up, Barbara? If Barbara says, JT, uh, it pisses me off when you, uh, I don't know, whatever, something. Come up with something that pisses you off about me, Barbara. Tell me, you know. She could say, "It pisses me off." Let's say I talk shit about Shangy often. Oh, racist rants from Major Muniz. God damn. Shit. Uh, let's say that I talk shit about Shangy or something, and Shangy is Barbara's fucking friend. Um, Barbara says, JT, it really pisses me off when you start talking shit about him. And so instead of addressing that issue, I say, you know what, Barbara, I think you're right. Maybe he doesn't deserve to be have shit talked about him, maybe whatever. Right? Instead of say addressing her issue, I fucking address something else. Barbara, you know your hair is crooked, you stupid whore. You know, because your hair is crooked, you're fucking wrong. You know, or something like that. I make something else the argument other than the actual argument. And I see this all the time in this community. Hey, what's up, Katie? And everybody, Shan, Barbara, Coach Ron. Instead of like making the actual argument what the actual argument is, I make it something else. I make it something that it isn't. These people tend to, or if there's somebody else around you that you're associated with that has a faultier argument than yourself, maybe they have a niche in their argument that they can't defend, they'll make the argument about that niche instead of what you originally propositioned, or realizing that you're a different person than that person and you're propositioning something else. You put forward something else. Hey, what's up, Bubbles? But if anybody wants to pop up, they can pop up. I'm really tired of these fucking straw man arguments that keep getting made, or people putting forth, or destroying arguments that nobody has fucking put forth or put out there. Nobody has put those arguments forth. Nobody whatsoever. They can say whatever they want to say about it. They have, and some of it is selective outrage where they want to be angry at somebody about something. And if they can't be angry about this thing, they move on to another thing. And if they can't be angry about that thing, they move on to another thing. And if they can't be angry about that thing, they move on to another thing to be angry about. And they go on and on and on and on to be angry about whatever it is because they want to be angry at that person. Oh, I was just kind of going over like some of the shit that I talked about at Susie's live last night. I didn't really. I'm not even sure what J Rom's talking about because I mean, when you're talking about like Sharon or Scotty or somebody like that, I don't even know what he's talking about. What the fuck are you talking about? Just don't put anybody in the middle. Who's putting anybody in the middle? I'm not putting anybody in the middle of me and Scotty or me and Sharon or anything. The fuck? The fuck is he talking about? The fighting in general. The fuck is he talking about? I'm not sure. He'd have to come up here and explain. I don't know. He's talking about something else. Anyway, I don't even know what he's talking about. So not sure if he's talking about. So he'd have to explain the specifics that he's talking about. But some of these people tend to create these straw man arguments. Yeah, I am. I'm confused about. Yeah, it is. A lot of times it is. It really is. But okay, it's a one-sided fight because I ain't fighting, so I don't really. I don't see like they talk about me, but I don't really talk about them. You know what I mean? So I don't really see like where the fighting. There is no fight on my part. So I mean, they can fight all they want. You know, like Sharon's gonna be just arguing with herself. You know what I mean? That's on her. You know, if you're arguing at me, you're arguing with yourself. I don't want no part of it. But I mean, what I see a lot of is like these straw man arguments where somebody puts together some sort of an argument that has nothing to do with me, you know, against me. So maybe, maybe, yeah, I'm talking about in general, absolutely. Talking about these general arguments that aren't really the argument that I've put forth or I've put out there, but they're arguing something else. Maybe they're arguing like something somebody else put out there or whatever the case may be. But you can pop up J Ram. I mean, I got the link. I put it up there a couple of times if you want to come up and explain something else. I don't know what else could be going on with what or what you're talking about. Maybe there's something else that we don't know about with Eli or something. Absolutely. I mean, that's what a lot of people just want. They want people to move around and not worry about it. If you're not worried about it, you shouldn't be talking about it. I'm not worried about somebody's fake, false, narrative that they've made up. So I pinned the StreamYard link. Oh, there he is. What's up, player? You doing all right? You there, J Rum? He might be having connection issues, guys. Give him a moment. Hopefully he comes through. But and that's part of what I was talking about last night on Susie's stream is that some of these people will put up these. They'll be angry about something and they'll destroy what you know. They'll talk about some bullshit that you said 3 years ago or longer, and that's what they'll put up there, and they'll be angry at that, and they'll fight that narrative instead of fighting the actual issue that's going on today. Or talking about or making an argument towards the issue that's going on today, which is a big part of the problem. To me, oh, there he is again. Hopefully he works. Oh, he did this. He's having a connection issue. Oh, there he is again. Okay, there. What's up?
Okay, I'm here.
I hear
Yeah,
you now.
sorry. My fucking VPN wasn't connected. I don't know what the deal was.
It happens,
Did it
brother.
disconnect
It
me
happens.
again?
No, you're good. I hear you.
You gotta be fucking
You're
kidding
good.
me.
I hear
Oh,
you.
okay, cool. There you are. Cool.
Yes.
I thought my shit was fucked
Okay.
up.
You're good, brother. You're good. Oh, now it disconnected again, I think,
No,
because I can't hear
I'm
you now.
sorry. Work.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
at work, man. Sorry, I had to mute for a second.
Oh,
So,
okay.
no, I was talking.
Yeah, do what
I
you
was
got to
just
do.
talking about like you're talking about the straw man shit. I'm talking about the fighting in general is just fucking stupid. Like all the fucking
Yeah.
fighting. There's no need for a straw man attack. If you don't get along with somebody, get the fuck apart.
Right.
Like that's all I was saying, man. Like I wasn't talking about nothing specific. I mean, I'm just saying that all the fighting is fucking done. What you gonna do? You ain't changing somebody's fucking mind. Why fucking argue?
Exactly. What is the point in having that conversation?
Right. There's no point in even having that fucking conversation. Get along or get the fuck apart is what I was saying.
Right. Uh, I also see like a lot of like putting, like you got certain statements, you got certain opinions, you got certain things that you say
Yeah,
about any given situation.
of
That's
course.
you. I got certain situations, certain opinions, certain things that I have an opinion on.
Hello.
That's hey, what's up, Bubbles? Oh, what
Hi.
happened to him? I lost him. You doing all right?
Yeah, probably lost connection or something. Yeah, I'm doing okay. How are you?
Awesome. I'm doing good. Just chilling.
Glad to hear.
Hopefully, I get him back up. But
Yeah, but I can just gonna put my 2 cents in here. And I couldn't agree more with the coach. Like sometimes you can talk shit out with some people, and just bury the hatchet and then go your separate ways and not even mention each other at all.
right?
But sometimes it's just not worth it. It's not worth your own sanity,
No,
like
it's
your own
not.
sleep,
It's really not.
your own anxiety, and so on and so forth. So it's just like sometimes it's just want to be left just alone, don't want to be mentioned, you know,
Don't want anything to do with it.
go your own way.
Right.
Yeah, go your own way and go about your own business.
Right. I mean, there's just
And
some
sometimes you
people
just can't. You just can't
that
get
are so
along with
toxic.
somebody because yeah.
They're so
Uh
toxic that it's just not worth it. Because if you appease them with this thing over here that they're mad about, well, they'll just be mad about something else. If you appease them with that thing,
yeah.
it'll just go
Yeah.
on forever. You know,
I mean, I've had issues with like former friends earlier, like years and years and years ago, where it's like you can't really come to a conclusion because you cannot see each other's side. If you cannot put yourself in the other person's shoe, then apologizing is not something that you're gonna want to do. Hi,
hmm
Sen.
hey, yeah, it's okay, brother. I understand. You're in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus. Yeah, when you're in the middle of nowhere, you ain't got no fucking internet or nothing. It's like, damn. But yeah, I mean, I just see a lot of that. I've seen a lot of like I was saying on Susie's last night. I've seen a lot of these, where they're discussing the issue that isn't really the issue.
They're adding on to whatever issue you're having with them.
hmm Or they start combining
And I
like
mean,
I was starting to tell him is like you got a certain point of view and opinions. I got a certain
yeah,
point of view and opinions, and whenever something happens or whatever, I give my opinion and you give yours, but you start to
hmm,
combine those two opinions and issues. Now, if you got a flaw in your opinion or issue, that isn't my flaw. That isn't
yeah,
my argument. Nor, and if I got a flaw or issue with my argument, that isn't yours. They're
and and
individuals.
and and then on top of that, there might be like issues in your own background where somebody else has done the same thing to you before, and it's something that left a scar. Um, and it's
Right.
hard to like, and it's hard to convey that to somebody that doesn't want to listen. And this is not just like friendships. This is relationships too.
Right. Oh well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, friendships, relationships, all that shit. You see a
Hmm.
lot of, I don't know. You see a lot of these shit stirring motherfuckers that like to just start shit, and then they run around and they start the shit, and then they act like they didn't do nothing.
Yep.
And then I'm starting to see a little bit more of some of these people, even after I've just recently said something, I'm starting to see a little bit more out
Yeah.
here where people are actually going to the actual issues a little bit closer than what they were, but
Yeah.
they aren't there. They aren't actually on the actual
Mhm.
issue. They're touching around it,
Yeah.
and they're still creating these straw men arguments where it's not
Yeah.
actually my argument that I have against them. Maybe it's somebody else's, maybe it's whatever, maybe I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but there are seem to be
And
these people in.
it's a lot of, and now this is probably gonna come off really bad, but we women usually are more catty than men, right? So a lot of us
Mhm.
women, and me including it, I try not to, obviously, because it's just not something that should be done. That you dig up shit on the person that you don't like, right? You
Right,
go through their YouTube, their comments and shit, and then you see, oh, they said this like 2 months, 3, 4 months ago. Like that's fucked up. So
right.
you add on to it's exactly what you're talking about. You add on to whatever argument you're having. Oh, but you said this. What do you have to say about this? But that has nothing to do with the argument.
But yet, whenever you were hanging out 2 3 months ago, they were cool with you. But now they have a problem
Mhm.
with something that you
Yeah.
said 2 3 months ago. And
I mean,
that's the issue.
and I'm mostly talking about people that I've never even spoken to, um, and or really had any sort of conversation. It's like they set a blind eye to whatever they done themselves. And I mean, I think everybody has done this at some point, right? Like
Right,
you set a blind eye to your own issues and what you've done yourself,
right.
but
You're
then
high.
they attack
You're running
others.
away from that. You're running
Yeah.
away from what you did yourself. Yes. Like for example, like maybe there's a flaw in your argument. Like maybe Coach Rom and Anna are up here and they're fighting. Maybe they're yelling
Mhm.
at each other or whatever, right? So then
Mhm.
maybe you're like, hey, I'm offended by them yelling at each other. And maybe I'm
Mhm.
like, well, Anna seems really angry. I don't understand what Anna is angry about.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm sitting here and I'm saying, well, Anna, what are you angry about? Because what you're angry about doesn't
Mhm.
make sense because that didn't really occur or happen.
Mhm.
Well, they've conflated what both of us said and made it one thing. They're
Yeah.
saying, well, you weren't offended over here when it happened. Now you're offended by it. Well, I never
Mhm.
said I was offended by it. You said it. Bubbles said that she was offended by it, and Bubbles has a right to be offended by it if
Mhm.
Bubbles wants to be. But that doesn't mean
Mhm.
that I was offended by it.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of the problem too. They've conflated the arguments of each individual and made them into one. And then they start trying to, oh
Yeah.
well, they created the straw man argument against me, saying that I'm offended by it when I've
Mhm.
never said that. And
Yeah.
they
It's.
turn around and make a straw man argument against you when you were saying something completely different, and that gets on my nerves.
I think the thing that pisses me the most off, and it doesn't matter if it's a relationship or friendship or family, is when other people put words in my mouth that I've never said.
That's it.
Mhm.
They put things into my mouth that I never said. They don't want to admit that they've done something wrong, because I'm the one saying, hey, this is wrong what you're doing. I don't understand it. Can you please explain it? That's the extent of my fucking
Mhm.
crime there.
Yeah.
That's what I did that was so wrong. That was me doing something wrong, right? And maybe this other person said something else, but because we're both saying similar things at the same time. Therefore, we both said the same thing. And it's
Yeah.
whatever's weaker, the weaker argument, the one part of a weaker argument of one piece of what somebody said,
Yeah. But like in the
and then
end of
they
the
hang on
day,
to it.
it's like it's if you can't see their argument and they can't see your argument, it's like you're talking
You're
to a
talking past
wall,
each other.
they're talking to a wall. Yeah, you're not communicating at all. It's just talking past each other. And at that point, it's just like you walk your way, I walk my way. We don't mention each other. We move the fuck on
Right. And
because
then the other part,
it just energy that you don't have. Like you put energy that you could put on something else.
right. Oh, absolutely. Like, and the other thing is that whenever you don't come around somebody's channel
Mhm.
because of certain situations, well, that isn't me putting you in a position to make any choice. I made the choice for you. I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? I'm not having
Mhm.
anything to do with you.
Mhm.
And so they're like, well, you're putting me in the middle. I ain't doing nothing. I'm telling you, this is what's going on. This is the issue. This person has whatever issues they have. And something else I notice is that it's awful funny that when two people are arguing, the people that are watching the situation go by, like, it's funny how on one side of the argument it tends to be like if you say, "Hey, I don't understand what you're arguing about. I don't understand what you're fighting about or what you're angry about."
Mhm.
That's you coming
Mhm.
in and defending that person. No, I'm
Yeah.
asking questions. I'm trying to figure out what the problem is, and I was actually trying to be fair on both sides of that.
Uh-huh.
Of that argument and try, but I didn't understand one side, right? I didn't
Yeah.
understand. So I'm sitting here trying to get some clarity and come to find out what you're angry and you're mad about, you're wrong about. And because you find that to be embarrassing to you, now you think that I've done something wrong to you, which I didn't do anything. I simply asked the question of what is it that you're angry about because it didn't go the way you're saying it went, you know, versus somebody else that maybe said something different that has nothing to do with what I was saying. You're going to argue that versus what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Which I totally get that too. I totally get somebody getting angry about somebody yelling at somebody because it's completely unnecessary because there's no conversation happening with that situation.
It's just yeah, it becomes kind of like kindergarten
It
bullshit.
really is.
Yeah.
It's fucking childish as fuck. It's fucking weird. It's fucking like some people need to learn how to grow the fuck up and do what they need to do.
Yeah.
A lot of it is out here. This fucking YouTube shit is fucking childish as fuck. They act like fucking
Mm,
babies.
as for me, I am just done with YouTube. Like I'll come here on your panel here and there, and I'll be in your chat and shit, but I'm
Oh,
done.
it's toxic. Yeah, it's toxic. It's toxic as fuck. It don't need to be done that way. It's completely toxic. Like they are looking for any reason to be mad at somebody about something because they don't have anything to talk about otherwise. I don't know. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I'm just so tired of the straw man arguments. Like somebody saying that the argument is this thing that it isn't, and wasting time on these conversations that don't need to be wasted. If you want to have a conversation or an honest conversation about something, then have the honest conversation about something. And the other thing is that if I offended you, which I know that whatever the hell I did to that person shouldn't have offended them, then I have nothing to apologize for because I didn't really do anything. What am I sitting here having to talk to that person, talk something out? I don't have anything to talk out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Bubbles got busy. Ugh.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yeah, do your thing. Do your thing. But I don't know. I just see a lot of different things happening, here and there. Yeah, it's annoying, Kim. It's annoying as fuck. Like, the flashlight, fucker, she does her thing and she does that all the time. Like whenever you say, well, this is what happened, blah 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 blah, this is how it happened, she diverts to something other than the actual issue. And she starts talking about you. And then she acts like she won some sort of argument with that. That was annoying as fuck. That is the most annoying bitch I've ever fucking, I'm naked. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's like the most annoying shit I've ever fucking seen. You know, that bullshit where you divert to something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. When we're talking about like your behavior or what you're doing, and you want to talk about somebody else's behavior from fucking 3 years ago, or something, or you want to talk about whatever the fuck. I mean, it just gets fucking annoying. Some of these motherfuckers. Hey, what's up, Kimmy? Kimmy's in the house. Yeah. Oh God, it's batshit. Yes. Somebody with a lot of issues, they do a lot of deflection. They do a lot of straw man arguments. They do a lot of that bullshit. They always, create some issue that isn't the issue. Oh, you're on lunch. God damn, I hope you're getting something good. Yesterday I got the Subway with the steak. I got it on Italian bread steak, and I got the Baja sauce and some jalapenos on that son of a bitch with the what is it? The cheese, the oh fuck, pepper jack cheese. That's it. It's pretty good. I got that son of a bitch toasted. I went to the old Subway, and we got a
I'm back. I'm
Subway
done
like
now.
right there. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry for the loud typing.
No, you're fine. Do your thing, girl. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about these straw man arguments. These people need to. Oh, is it really? It is good shit. See, Barbara gets the same damn Subway sandwich I get. That's some good shit. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, a
Oh,
little ice
Subway
cream
is
is good.
good. I love Subway.
Hmm. Exactly. I put a little jalapenos on mine though. I like the little jalapenos. That's just
I
me
do
though.
sometimes, but like I eat medication and stuff. I eat night medication, which kind of fucks with my stomach here and there. So sometimes if I have like
Hmm.
jalapenos, my stomach would be like, no.
So you got Subway in Switzerland? Jesus Christ, these
Sweden,
corporations are
yeah, we
going
do.
everywhere.
It's actually
Oh,
something
Sweden.
that came to Sweden in like, if I'm not mistaken, and I might be like very mistaken, I don't know. Um, in like
So what? Y'all got
2007,
Walmarts and all that shit, huh?
2008. No, we don't got Walmart, but we got
Oh,
like
okay.
a few KFCs, we got a few Domino's, we got Subway, McDonald's, Burger King. We used to have Taco Bell. I don't know if we do anymore, if they like changed. Um,
Mm.
yeah, I have no idea.
No, they didn't change. If you don't have them, you don't have them. We got Taco Bells every goddamn where. You know.
Hmm.
Oh, you couldn't eat all that and go back to work. I don't blame you. Yeah, it will put you to bed quick.
Yeah, I usually buy like a foot long, but then I eat one piece, and then I have one piece later because I can't eat the whole thing. I'm way too small for that.
That's cause you're a rookie, Sean. Later on, you'll toughen up. That well, really and truly, like when you talk about peppers and shit, that's a fruit or a something that is actually not meant for mammals. With any kind of pepper, whenever you feel that heat or whatever, if you're feeling that heat and shit, that's because it's something that isn't meant for mammals. It's meant for birds. Like birds will eat
Uh,
jalapenos. They won't even taste it or anything else. They'll just take the seeds and eat them. So
uh,
And that's
And
what.
excuse me, I want to change the subject for like 2 seconds. How do I make it so
Sure.
like some people can't tag me on YouTube?
You got to block them. Let me show you. All right. All right. So here we are here. Let's say somebody tagged me. Let's say Coach Eli tagged me. So I would go
Yeah.
and I would hide his notifications or hide or block him
Uh,
or whatever the
Turn
case may be
off
on
all
this by pushing these
notifications. Yeah,
three
yeah. Okay.
by hitting these three little buttons. And then that way he can't ever mess with you again.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh yeah, Liking 3 showed me that. Nice guy.
That's good.
Hmm. He taught me that. I think he made a video about it, and he showed me that. Because I was complaining about it. I go, this motherfucker keeps tagging me. Stop fucking tagging me, bitch. You know? He goes, well, all
Yeah,
you got
like
to do is do this. And so I was like, oh, when you block them, they can still tag? God damn. Well, I don't know. Oh, you have to mute notifications. Okay, that's it. I knew I did something because I blocked their channel. I go to their channel, right? And I block that motherfucker. And then I turn around and I hide all notifications for that motherfucker. So, so that's the way I roll.
but I just don't want to be like notified about any bullshit at all.
Yeah, that's
I
what you
just
got
want
to
to be
do
left
to not be
alone.
notified.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's the way I roll. I don't let them say shit to me. Once I cut that motherfucker off, I'm done.
People are still gonna talk, but if you want to talk to
Well,
me, you can talk.
sometimes like you're saying, sometimes you hear about it. The dumb shit from that they have to say from people around them that you happen to be
Yeah.
talking to. That's a bit of a problem. Like with Susie yesterday, I got sent the screenshots about sharing. I had that motherfucker muted like a motherfucker. Didn't want to hear none of her shit. I knew she wasn't ever gonna stop talking about me ever. Probably.
Yeah.
I'd start. If she hadn't stopped in 5 years, she ain't gonna stop now, right? So, so the thing is that you gotta
That
sometimes
is
you just
really
gotta mute
sad.
them. Hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, it is because I mean, and that's the weird thing too is some of these motherfuckers feel like you slighted them, and because they feel like you slighted them or something, or you didn't do what they wanted you to do, that you now owe them like that conversation or that apology or something to validate their feelings. And it's like, well, you have your feelings, validate them yourself. Why the fuck does this have anything to do with me? You know, because it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
And I think we women and men work differently in that way. A lot of women need validation from their friends, and I mean, depending on who you are, absolutely. Like I like validation from somebody that I care about. But then you give them validation in something, but then they won't validate you in something when you're right in whatever situation.
Right. Right. It's a one-way street. Absolutely. Absolutely. 1,000 fucking %. But
Yeah,
the
it's
thing
like
is that
I have like my dad in this situation. He's very much like that. He likes validation from me, but for him it's like hard for him to validate me, even though he's my dad.
right. Right. And it can be tough for some people to validate, a lot of things. Especially if both of y'all witness the same thing. sometimes it's a hard time for that person to validate what your feelings are if their feelings are way different than yours on the same issue. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that can be really difficult for them. You know, I don't know, but there's a lot of things I've learned out here on YouTube that I'll never really some lessons that were hard learned. You know, and one of them is that when somebody is determined to stalk and harass you, the best thing you can
Mm-hmm.
do is not go to that channel or those chats that that person is in, or have anything to do with them, or try to stay as far away from them as possible. That doesn't mean always run away from that person, but it does mean that if you know that they are welcome to that channel and they have a wrench there or whatever the case may be, or they're totally cool there, that it may be a bad idea for you to have anything to do with that or be around there because
And
they're going to.
because for me, sometimes like arguments are just not worth it. So it's like avoiding, like letting them live their lives and do what they need to do, because no
Right,
motherfucker is going to change anyone, right? You change
right.
yourself if you want to
Well,
change yourself. And it's
right. Oh,
like
absolutely.
running, just it's not about running away either. It's just about having your own peace.
Right. You need to have your own peace and your own peace of mind. Absolutely. Like, there are some people that are determined to have a problem with me. Like, I had went over I had been on Eli's, had my wrench there for like over a year, and this person that's determined to stalk and harass me ran over there to get in between me and Eli in order to whatever. Then if that didn't work, they ran over here to get in between me and this person to try to stalk and harass me.
Hmm.
They were just
Hmm.
determined to stalk and harass me wherever I go. And whenever that's the case, well then now you got to be careful about where you go and when you go there. So
Hmm. Yeah.
therefore it starts limiting where you can really kind of get around it, and which has limited me. But I've had so many of these crazy bitches, and they've been accumulating that have been stalking and harassing me that I got to start thinning out the herd. You know what I mean? I got to find a way to thin out this fucking herd of crazy whores that are fucking chasing, stalking, and harassing me. You know what I mean?
It's kind of
Trying to get
funny
my
how
attention
like
for.
how these women are like obsessed.
Oh yeah,
I mean, like Sharon, if example, the best example of all,
yeah.
like because I've seen some of her comments in like Dana's chat about, yeah, they do. They do love JT.
They do. It's fucking insane. I don't understand why or what it is. It's like, but Susie usually makes me feel pretty comfortable over there. I don't usually have any problems over there.
Barbara, yeah, absolutely. There are some men out here on YouTube that are more bitch than most women. But
Right.
um I'm just saying, like, usually, like, men that I have around me in real life or whatever, uh they are not like that.
Hmm. Because like whenever you
And I
genuinely
mean,
don't want any
obviously,
contact with
yeah,
with
I
that
mean,
particular
obviously any
person,
man will want validation from like their spouse or their partner and shit, but I'm talking about like outside of stuff like that. I mean, like, um validations that makes no sense.
right? Right. Absolutely. But I mean, some of these bitches just want. I don't know what they want from me. I really don't. But the thing is that whenever you don't want any contact with that motherfucker at all, and they refuse to catch that hint, and they just continue to, put together like little hate campaigns, or they put together like they do lives and try to tell everybody what a bad person you are, or they sit there and they go on and on and on about you. I mean, it's really them trying to create a contact or continue a contact that you don't desire. It's contact against your will.
Yeah.
It's almost like contact rape, because you're like, look, I'm done with you. I don't want to have any conversation. I
Yeah.
don't want nothing to do with you. You know,
But at the same time, like some of these people need validation from the people that they love that you are a bad person. Like they
yeah,
need
but lying
them,
about
then
me,
they need
or
them to, yeah, yeah. But of course they're
I mean,
gonna believe what that person says because this is their best friend or their daughter or their partner or whoever, right? Of course they're gonna trust because if you say something to me, you're my friend, I'm gonna believe what you're saying, right?
right, right,
That
absolutely.
doesn't
But I
mean
mean,
I'll go on a hate campaign for somebody, but I'll still believe what you're saying. You
right,
might be
and
lying,
that,
I don't know. Like, not that I think you
yeah,
are, but
I get that. I totally get that, and you should always look at every side of the story. But the thing is, though, is that these when they do that, uh, and they start lying to make their point. I mean, isn't it kind of like playing golf by yourself and cheating? The only person, I mean, you may feel good
yeah.
about it. Look, I golfed a 100 and whatever in this course that's a 200 or whatever.
Hmm.
I mean, you may be able to fool yourself and feel good about it, but in reality, you haven't really accomplished anything. You've just sat
Yeah,
there
yeah,
instead of
that's very
winning the
true.
argument or having the contact with this person that you so desperately want or need for whatever reason.
Hmm.
You haven't really a solved the issue, or b actually won anything. You just cheated. You know
Hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it doesn't really make sense. So I mean, whenever you sit there and you try to get that validation, and you have to lie, deceive to get that validation, did you really get it,
No,
or did you just fool yourself into thinking you were getting it?
that's a very good question. Like,
Yeah, no shit. I will not be ignored, Jamie. And
some
the new
people have
TV
that
show is good
personality.
too. That new
Which one?
TV show is good too. It's what was the one where it's about that movie? I forgot what it's called. Fatal Attraction. They made a TV show that came
Oh,
out that's new. It hasn't had any new episodes in a minute, but I keep waiting on them. I'm like, where are the new episodes? God damn it! You know. So, but yeah, it
yes.
don't make and
The
that's where
one
the
show that I got sad about was this show You on Netflix. Kind of went south. I haven't even been able to go get through the fourth. Is it the fourth season? Something like that. Fourth or fifth. I don't know at this point.
yeah,
But the
I
Fatal
got through it.
Attraction, is
I
that
watched
on
that whole thing.
Netflix or what? What is that on?
Netflix.
Okay, I might actually check that out then. I am looking
Well, that
for
sucks
some new
because it
shows to
is so
watch.
good. It is so good.
Cautionary tale to
Oh
all
my
men.
god, it really kind of is. But I mean, and it does tell. It's some weird shit that I have actually seen out here. Some crazy ass shit that is going.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to say like either Paramount or Peacock or something like that. One of the two. I got so many of them. I can't fucking. I don't know. I don't know the
Yeah,
choice.
there's so many out there. If you want if you want all of them, you're spending a lot of money.
Oh, it's Paramount Plus. Okay.
Uh, Oh,
Hey,
that's the one of the ones I
so
don't have that I want.
what is the choice about? What is that one about?
Choice.
I don't even know. But that's the
One
thing is
show that
like
I
whenever they,
never watch is that one Squid Game. Did you guys watch that one?
yes, that was good. So good. It's foreign made. It's all in words and stuff. You know, you got to read the words and shit. But goddamn, it's good. Son of a
Mm-hmm.
bitch. I loved it. I can't wait for part two to come out.
Shan, I am the same way. I loved season one, two, three, but the fourth one, I think I'm like on the second episode or some shit, and I cannot get through it because it's so boring.
I got through it, and it isn't as good as the first three, yes, but it
I mean, I will
still.
watch it.
I mean, I'm still ready for season. You know, the next season, fifth season or whatever. So isn't it about time for the next season of the boys to come out?
The voice.
That one's on Prime.
Hey, did any of you guys see the movie The Whale?
Yes, that was good.
With the Brendan Fraser, is it?
Yes, it
If
was
you
very good.
haven't, please do. It is amazing.
Yeah, that was a good one. Joe Dirt. It wasn't bad.
Where the
Wasn't bad.
crawdads sing. I have. What is that? I haven't even heard of that.
Uh, where is that at? Too, I forgot. Oh wow, that's fucked up.
Oh shit.
The writer strike sucks. Cruel Summer season two, huh? Huh.
No, not Stranger Things. I'm looking forward to the fifth season. Is it fifth, sixth, whatever? The new season that's gonna come out on Stranger Things. I've been looking forward to that because like the last season was fucking fire.
Right, for sure, for
Are you not
sure.
working today?
No, not today. Thank God.
Oh, nice.
Had me a day off. I'm just waiting for my daughter to get out of school. She got summer school.
Summer school. Oh.
Yeah,
Uh.
little
Oh
shit.
wow, Sean, that's crazy. That's interesting.
Oh, with the tell you, isn't it? Huh. Cool. Yeah, the strike
Yeah,
is
that
it
that shit
sucks.
is wild.
The strike
Yeah,
sucks.
but usually there's a good reason why they go on strike.
I'm waiting on a lot of shit to come out to see, you know, what's what and where it's at. You know what I mean? See, like I hope that they come out with more episodes of that show about that Natalia chick.
Yeah,
Damn, that's crazy.
it's kind of crazy when you hear somebody that you know living close to somebody that's been on the news or when it's like become a huge thing.
Well,
Yeah, it really is great.
I live right down the street from where that serial killer put that guy in that concrete over in Galveston.
Oh, really? Shit.
Yeah, that rich guy, the one from like New Jersey or whatever, and then they caught him in New Orleans or Louisiana somewhere. There's a lot of shit that happened here. God damn. There's so much shit. It was crazy. I mean, you got the largest natural disaster in American history that happened right here. So,
Oh, what was that?
the 1900 hurricane, the hurricane,
Oh,
almost killed the whole city. Killed a lot of people.
that's insane.
Killed a lot of people. Yeah, it
That's
really is. Yeah,
insane.
a lot of crazy shit. Houston area, a lot of crazy shit has happened. So, yeah, I mean, it's really there's a lot of history,
Hmm.
whole lot of history. Anyways, I guess I'll get back to fucking around and chilling. You got anything else to talk about, girl?
There's a lot that should be talked about, but I'm not going to.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can talk about it if you want. Talk about anything you want. I don't know, whatever you got to talk about.
Now, let's talk about the more important things and positive things.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why I moved back to Tulsa. Yeah, I mean,
Where is Tulsa?
but a lot. Uh, that's Oklahoma, isn't it?
Oklahoma.
Unless there's a Tulsa in Texas, I don't know about or something.
Oh, Jody Arias. I know a lot about her. Uh,
I like that channel that I was showing y'all, man. That shit is fucking badass. God dang it, where the behavior panel is what it's called.
yeah.
Let me put that link up in here.
That's why, like, if you're in Houston, please, please, for the love of God, wear a piece on you at all times.
Yeah, oh, it helps for sure. I've
Hmm.
almost gotten to some
Hmm.
fights, but they got all kinds of shit. They got a one on Jody Harris. Hold on, let me see. And Marco.
Oh, I know a lot about that situation with Jodi Arias. There's actually a movie out there about her, about that whole situation.
Let's see. Let me see. Where is it at? Bill Cosby, Ed Kemper. Um, shit. Uh, I'm trying to find Jody Harris on there, but I can't seem to find it because I was watching that episode of that channel. They got Diane Dons. Maybe if I go to Diane Dons, it'll show me Jody Harris. Hold on. I got O.J. Simpson. There it is. These guys are crazy. I mean, the shit that they show you and come up with is insane. Let's see. I'll share some of it. Here we go. Because the way they give a different outlook on
questions
what's happening
in this section in this interview she's doing, and what she's doing is she's trying.
Jaw comes up, and that draws her lips back for requesting approval. That's all I see. She's romancing this woman the same way. Now go back and listen to her voice tone when she's talking to this woman versus that man. She is changing her voice tone and her demeanor as she talks to this woman. Very different personas. And you're going to see her playing throughout the reason I said she gets a different crazy suit every day. She's going to be different in every one of these things. You see her personality is there, but it's certainly not consistent. The only consistency is she's giving you what you need. That's what I got.
Did you, I have to ask you this, did you kill Travis Alexander?
Absolutely not. No, I had no part in it.
Cool. All right, we good?
Yep.
Here we go.
And had you received, since these people told you that they knew where your folks lived and they had all your information, had you then or have you ever been threatened by them? Have they contacted you in any way?
I believe they have. Somebody has contacted me when I was still in jail in California. I received 2 threats on my life, and these, I don't know how these notes get passed around jails. I've never figured out the full system. I haven't spent enough time yet, but there are ways that notes can get passed between inmates or from the outside to the inside and vice versa without just under the radar of officers and things like that. And of course, it's against the rules and it's
So you received.
punishable.
All right, I'll go first on this one. So this is a case where she can't be that woman. She can't turn to that woman. That woman is out hotting her because she's being aggressive, but she's being feminine. And the strong, aggressive, feminine woman, man, there's nothing like that. And this girl can't copy that. She can't give that back to her. She can't reflect that as they're going through this. And when she asks her about that, she doesn't say yes. She says, "I believe," and then goes into the story. I won't go into the chaff and redirect part because I know, Greg, you're going to jump up in that real big. But she looks down like she's a child as she's saying these things. She's being so submissive during this because, again, she's being out-hotted by this woman because she can't compete there. She's met her match when it comes to that.
But like these guys are language experts and body language experts and shit like that, and so they go over. And psychological experts, and they go over these cases and what these people are saying and doing and how they're saying it and how they're doing it and breaking it down like this is what's going on. It's an incredible channel. I love it.
Mm, yeah, this whole Jodi Arias, I know so much about it because I've watched so many documentaries because I found it so fascinating when people are like this. It is a absolute horrible fucking case where she literally
What's up?
stabbed her boyfriend to death. And when she got
Yeah,
caught,
out hotted.
when she got caught, she was on the way to meeting another man.
There's a
She
cranky
had
squirrel in the.
she had a wig on when she got caught. She had a wig on to change her hair color, obviously. I think she had a wig on or she dyed her hair. I don't remember. And she had like her her car that she'd rented had like gas cans in the back of the truck.
Right. That's crazy.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. I think I got everybody. The cranky squirrel and Lycan. I think I got all y'all. But yeah, they go through each one of these guys. They go through. They give like their thoughts on it. They do like O.J. Simpson. They do several, people, and like some of them are out and out like sociopaths. Here's one where they do Casey Anthony. They did Chris Watts. Just a really
The
good
Chris
channel.
Watts
We're going to
situation
talk about
is
Casey Anthony. This has been
Yeah, they do Casey Anthony. They do Chris Watts. Some of these people are out now sociopaths. They tell you these people are sociopaths. They do O.J. Simpson. I was watching part of that. I haven't finished it yet. They do Scott Peterson from. They do his. They do a lot of people. They got Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. They got Michael Jackson. They got all kinds of people
oh
on it.
god.
And these experts go through
That's very interesting.
like they did Jeffrey Dahmer, and it looks like they're saying that Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't a psychopath. That he was but I don't know what they say is really going on with him. What's wrong with? They analyze everything about what that person is saying and how they're saying it, and they go through
Yeah.
and give their opinions. These 4 experts, and it's just an awesome show. Awesome show. I really enjoyed it. For some on YouTube, that is the place. Oh, I gave him a wrench. Cranky. I gave Cranky a wrench.
My
I
God,
figured
we
that
should
whenever y'all
like
said y'all
go
knew
through
him.
at some point if you want to go live and you don't really have a topic, we should go through some of these cases like
Hmm.
the Conor Russell, Jeffrey Dahmer, Susan
Right,
Smith, like all of they so interesting. You can talk about these people for hours.
right. Oh, absolutely, they can. There was something going on with Jeffrey Dahmer, but you
Jeffrey
know,
Dahmer was very mentally disturbed. That does not mean
I,
psychopath though.
I'm not saying that those experts are right about everything, that everything they say is accurate and true, or everything's perfect and right. But I mean, I
But it
do
wouldn't
like
be,
hearing what they have to say.
yeah. But I mean,
Eh,
they're probably right most of the time since that's what
mhm.
they're expert on. And you
Right,
can't really fool an expert on behavior.
right. Oh, it's
Like,
definitely an interesting insight as to what is going on, how what their body language. Because
mhm,
I mean, how many times have we been sitting there across for somebody and we're like, okay, well, there's something wrong with the situation. It's not necessarily anything that the person said per se,
mhm,
but maybe it's the way that they're looking or the way that they make an action that seems weird. Like they even go into
mm,
like whenever the person has strange laughs at certain times, like this duper's
mhm,
delight, where they're laughing about certain things at certain times. It's absolutely, crazy the way they describe these different things. They got these phrases for things, like duper's delight. Where the fuck did that come from? You
yeah.
know, like
It's
whatever.
sometimes the behavior of one of these people say more about that, but if they're guilty
Right,
or not to whatever, than their actual like words.
right. Like laughing or being inappropriately, like being joyous about a bad situation is
Yeah.
Duper's delight because they're laughing about the fact that they're fooling you,
Hmm.
about what really transpired. It's
Yeah.
the crazy
One
shit that
of
they go over.
important things that I love watching this stuff is like sometimes I can sit on days upon days watching this shit is when somebody's lying to you about something. They have a tendency to say or do things that shows that they're lying. Like some people will nod when they say something like, "Oh yeah, I'm lying to you now," and I said I didn't do it, but I'm nodding.
Right,
It's like so one of those things where it will like show that you're lying.
right, absolutely. There is lots of Duper's delight in this community. It's fucking crazy, man. I agree with you. There's insane fucking people all around this community. And it starts making you like when you watch these experts and they start talking about these different the way somebody speaks even, or maybe they're not on camera, you can't really see their body language, but you hear the way they speak,
Yeah.
you hear these different things going on, and you start saying to yourself, well, I've gotten to know this person, I got a good baseline on how this person behaves and acts. So at this point,
Hmm.
what are they saying and when are they saying it? What's really going on with the situation? What's happening over here? And you really start breaking down what's really going on. And you have these other people that, in this community even that claim to be like mental health experts of some sort, and you start
Hmm.
saying, well, why have they never analyzed their own behavior or their own, you know, mental issues that they clearly have going on, and how does that make them, have a good baseline on what they do? If they can't, if they're fucking batshit crazy themselves, you know?
Hmm. Um, like when I went on Tammy's panels when she was talking when we were talking about a bunch of like mental problems and stuff, I could only speak about my own. and then speak
Right.
about um, the mental issues of the people that have been around me in my past. Uh,
Right.
and there's always a pattern. Like if somebody has a special mental illness, there's usually a pattern that they all kind of, how they talk, what they do. There's always something, even if it's something that they try to hide. If you know these people by some time or whatever, it will always come out in one way or another. So
Well,
I'm no expert, but I know a lot. Unfortunately, a little bit too much about some mental illnesses.
what I find frustrating though on the YouTube streets is that when somebody is
Mm,
stalking and harassing me,
hmm.
obviously they want something from me,
Yeah,
and it's frustrating because it's wasting my time because you're not actually coming at me with uh, what it is that you want.
yeah.
Whether you want my validation, you want what is it that you who's Corey? Is
Attention.
that somebody I need to wrench? Yeah, yeah. Whether you want my attention or you want
I think it's attention.
um
I mean, I can only speak from
apology from me that I don't want to give,
maybe.
or what is it that
Yeah,
you?
maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
Attention of some
that's
sort.
what I try to. So is Corey okay to wrench, or because I don't know who Corey is, so let me know. Yeah, we yeah, yeah, we crack them up. That's for sure. We crack them up. So I guess I'll wrench Corey because
Yeah,
I haven't heard an answer yet.
you
But
definitely heard some fifis for sure. And
yeah, I mean, obviously I hurt your feelings, and exactly, I hurt somebody's feelings, and they want you know something from me. I see it happening to Lycan Theory a lot of times. They start chasing him down and harassing him because they want something from them, from him.
I mean, like,
And it's like, what do they want?
sometimes probably an apology, probably to be told that
Yeah,
they were right and you were wrong.
right. Well, I mean, they need to make up what that apology is because, like, there's some people that say, well, you shouldn't get involved, but you see these two parties, they're fighting,
Hmm.
and you don't really get involved, but maybe somebody else does, maybe they don't, whatever. On that one side,
Hmm.
on the other side, their friend gets involved, and it's no big deal. But
Exactly.
they want to talk
That
about the
is
fact,
so.
you know what I'm saying?
That is so fucking right. Yeah.
And it's always this thing where they're hypocritical as fuck. You know, like this
The
one friend gets
hypocrisy.
all
Yeah.
up in the middle of it, and whether it's behind the scenes or it's right out there in the forefront, no matter how it is, they're getting all involved in it. You know, if I step in and I simply ask a question like, "What the fuck is it that you're really mad about?" That's me getting involved. How's that me getting
Hmm.
involved? I'm trying to understand where the fuck you're coming from. You're angry at this person. You're mad. It
Hmm.
makes you have to come up on a panel and scream at them. What the fuck is your motivation behind that? Because your motivation doesn't make sense, and I'm trying to understand. And for
I
some
can't
reason,
really. Yeah, I don't understand grown women and men uh,
yeah, and then
screaming at
you
each
look
other
at your
for any.
motivation.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then they look at their motivation for it. They have no answer for it either. It causes them to have to apologize to this person over here. So then somehow this creates a war with me, or
Yeah, I don't know.
some sort of perceived war in your head with me. What the fuck?
Hmm.
None of that makes type of shit makes sense. It really doesn't. And as far as anybody else, like who's involved or said anything or whatever they had to say, they got to answer for whatever they had to say, and they can answer for that.
Hmm.
But my involvement is limited to what it's limited to. You know what I'm saying? And these people they lump us in together. They do this. The thing is that I didn't like the way that this thing went down, the way certain people were treated, and, whether
Mhm.
it be you or me or whoever.
Yeah.
And so I don't want anything to do with that situation or that person or anybody attached to that person, because they're going to use whoever's around them to stalk and harass me. And I'm tired of being stalked and harassed by this person. Oh, you know who that may be? LOL. Who's he talking about? To be from the Corey film. Oh, they are? Okay. Who is it? Oh, not them. Not sure who you're referring to, Jamie, because there are a lot of us in with the Corey Feldman stuff. I know one person that was trying to be all involved, and we all can't stand her. I know that's right. Jamie, we do go way back, way back. Well, see, I like to hand out wrenches in my chat because it gives y'all the freedom of speech. Like, y'all can say cuss words, y'all can say whatever,
Mm,
right? And y'all can put links in and all that other stuff. So I do like to hand out wrenches to give those people the freedom of speech.
yeah.
Now, if I feel like you're attacking somebody within the chat or up on my panel or something like that, I'm going to take your wrench away and probably block you. You know what I mean? But other than that, you can give whatever opinion you want. No, I don't have any desire to take the rich. I want people to have their opinions. Be able to state their opinions.
Everybody is
Out,
everybody is entitled to their own opinions.
right.
And even if we don't agree on shit, we like as friends, we don't always have to agree on everything. Sometimes you have to, with friends, you have to agree to disagree. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to be on my side with everything.
I feel like if the person wants to address the issue, that's the actual issue, fine. If they want to
Yeah.
play that game where they're ashamed of what the actual issue is, and instead of want to create some sort of outside issue that isn't really the issue for whatever reason, to
Yeah.
avoid addressing the actual issue, I feel like that's not going to get anywhere, and that's inconstructive, and that's nothing but a waste of time. And I'm going to boot that shit out of here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anything to do with that kind of bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I have seen where people start throwing this shit up, like, let's say, how would I put this? Like where they're saying, "Hey, I don't fight your battles for you." I see a lot of that dumb shit, which nobody's asking you to fight any
Oh
battles. But
God. Yeah,
whenever something is
but then they
wrong,
want you to fight their battles.
well, let's define what fighting battles is. Number one, like if I see something wrong and I say something's wrong with that thing that is wrong, is that really fighting a battle, or is that just making a general opinion and statement of it? The fact that you see
Yeah.
these things that are wrong and you don't say anything, but whenever people are wrong about what their opinions are of you, or that you have evidence that they're wrong about something they're saying about you, and I have no problem stating this is wrong, but you won't do the same. That's a problem. Nobody's asking you to fight any battles, but state what is right and what is really wrong when it's wrong.
Yeah.
I think that would be the difference. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's asking you to fight any battles,
Mhm.
but say, you're doing this, you're wrong for this. This is wrong. I think that
Mhm.
doing the right thing, saying that something is wrong when it's wrong, is not fighting anybody's battles. It's just stating facts that something is wrong.
Yeah.
And I find it funny whenever you can't do that and you're not allowed to do that or something like that. I saw something wrong. I said something was wrong with it. And, you know, and I'm wrong for that. But yet your friend can go into that person's fucking private chat and talk to that person, and that's not wrong.
Yeah.
I find that extremely
What I
hypocritical.
don't like, yeah, What I don't like is when it becomes hypocrisy.
Yeah. Oh
When
yeah.
it's just
That,
like
that was.
ridiculous. That's what I don't like.
Yeah. Oh, it's hypocrisy in its finest.
Yes.
I mean, it's like, okay, well, that other person got involved. Are we allowed to go and harass and stalk her now? Stalk the living fuck out of that person? I don't think so.
Of
So
course not.
it's just all, yeah, well, of course not. Oh, God, don't do that.
I mean, nobody
Right?
should harass. At this point, nobody should harass anyone. Like,
Hmm.
leave each other the fuck alone.
Well, they act like you're making them make some sort of a decision about us or them.
Hmm.
And that's not the case. What has happened is we made the decision for you already.
Yep.
And so it's over. So, I mean, that's the way I feel about it. Like my decision was already made.
Yeah.
Like it isn't us or them. It's already made. You totally got them. They're all yours. We don't want any part of it. You know what I mean? I ain't sitting here saying, "Hey, it's us or them." That isn't even an option at this point. You know what I mean? So, how could I be making you make a choice that you can't even make at this point? The choice has already been taken out of your hand because I don't want any part of it. I'll never have any dealings with you ever again, or unblock you or your channel ever again, or have anything to do with that person, right? So there's no
I
choice to be
just
made.
don't. Yeah, I just don't want to just be left the fuck alone. I'm going through enough
Exactly.
as it is.
Exactly. Real life is tough enough. There's enough going on in real life without, somebody making up some reason to be pissed off and chase you down and be angry at you or whatever the fuck is wrong with some of these people. I have no idea. But yeah. Anyway, I better pop off with your girl. Go take care of some bullshit here and there and get me something to eat. It's lunchtime.
I'm gonna text you on Facebook about a few things.
Sure. No problem.
All right.
All right. You be good, girl.
You too. Take care, chat. Bye bye.
Bye, guys. Peace out.